But these people had hate in their hearts but guns in their hands.
Yeah.
And the legislation dealt with both.
You've upgraded the hate speech laws. Will that affect things that are planned for this weekend? Australia Day is renowned for,
lots of protests.
There being protests and so on.
No, people have, of course, have a right in a democracy to express views.
Yeah.
Where it crosses over is if you have organisations like the neo-Nazis we've seen demonstrating, they disbanded last Sunday in anticipation of the legislation. Hizb ut-Tahrir, which is a extremist Islamist organisation with hate preachers, they've taken their website down already. And so already the fact of the government being prepared to legislate has seen a change in behaviour. Of course, what we need to do as an entire society, this isn't just a job for government, the entire society, we need to take a bit of a step back and say, okay, what is that makes Australia great? One of the things it does is that the Australian Covenant is if you have hate or prejudice against any group and you want to come here, that's left in the customs hall. We're a country that respect each other, that understand that people here of different backgrounds, faiths, have a right to practice that in harmony, and we're enriched by it. And overwhelmingly, that's what our country does.
Are we going to be tighter on that, though? Because some people would argue that we haven't been tight enough.
Well, we haven't because we haven't had the laws. That's the problem. So one of the
This is also going down to the custom. I mean, this argument is not a new one about the types of people who have been coming into the country.
Well, one of the things that we've done is strengthen the right of the minister to intervene over visas, for example, and the migration laws that are there are very important that we deal with that. This legislation did that. We actually wanted to go a bit further in some areas, but as those great philosophers, Jagger and Richards, said, you can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. And what we have got here is what the country needs.
Yes.
And it was a step forward.
They are feeling that in the coalition today.
Well,
because
things have sort of fallen apart there.
They sure have.
Yeah.
And that's been coming for some time.
Right.
They don't like each other. They're not capable. They really don't.
They don't coalesce.
Like within the Liberals don't like each other, the Nats don't like each other, the Liberals don't like the Nats. There's people defecting to One Nation.
Prime Minister, I think all families can go through that. All families.
Hey,
this is something that won't turn around though. This is entrenched, because they don't have a coherent alternative to put forward. We saw that at the last election. That's one of the reasons why we got an additional 2 seats here in WA in Bullwinkle and Moore, and that's not going to turn around because the personnel aren't going to change.
To be fair, support for all of the major parties is diminishing over time.
Our vote went up.
Yeah, but
at the last election,
our
primary vote,
preferences and things like
that.
No,
but our primary vote went up as well. Our primary vote went up at the last election, and here in WA, we have won 6 additional seats over just the last 2 elections.
On that note, let's move to something a little bit lighter. Before 8 o'clock this morning, we were asking our listeners how they last treated themselves. How'd you treat yourself? What's the last way you treated yourself?
Oh, gee, I haven't had a treat for some time. I've got to
come
say.
on, you just got married.
Well, that's probably it. November
Treated yourself to
29.
that.
November 29 was absolutely delightful.
Yeah.
It was small, in front of family and friends at the lodge.
Yes.
And because we did everything ourselves, just to reassure listeners, that
no, it did look like a nice
everything
small, intimate
that was
ceremony.
there was what we had chosen.
Yeah.
And
as it should be.
Even down to, I've got to say, Jody ordered those little like candied fruit things that you put in cocktails.
Oh yes,
we got hundreds. If anyone out there wants some and is
Lots
having
of
a party,
leftovers?
there's a lot left over.
Oh, nice.
I think maybe the wrong button was pressed on the ordering thing, so it
only
had
wanted
a
50.
zero.
It got stuck.
Instead of 100, we got 1,000. But we got
All
lots
right.
of that left.
We'll put that on Marketplace. Awesome. Yeah.
It was lovely.
Well, congratulations.
And that was indeed one of the best days of my life. It was great.
I'm sure it was. Absolutely. Look, not a day goes by in this world where we don't hear from a man you've met a few times, Mr. Trump, and his attempt to take Greenland. Has he been? Has he given you a call, kicking the tyres? How much do you reckon we could get for the joint here? Well, hasn't been sniffing about?
New Zealand might be cheaper.
Right.
So, no. It's look, we live in really turbulent times. That's the truth,
Don't we?
And you look at some of the speeches that have been given in Davos this week.
Yeah.
With leaders. I, of course, have been focused on domestic issues here. But it's just another reason why I think people wanted a stable, orderly, mature government to be re-elected last May.
Yeah. Well, we thank you for popping in on this whirlwind
you.
trip over here. It's always lovely to
You're not
see
tempted
you.
to call an early one with the disarray?
No. Three years is too short in my view. I've said that consistently.
Yeah.
So you can expect, us to go full
term.
Full term, but
There you go.
today as
you
well.
heard it here. Full term.
I do want to say that I'm here as well to pay tribute to
Yes.
my friend Tim Picton.
Yeah.
His life tragically cut short at just 36 years of age in an act of senseless violence
Yes.
that occurred. Life is short,
Yes.
but it shouldn't be that short.
No.
And to his family and friends, all of his colleagues, he was really well respected, not just in the Labor Party, but in the private sector as well. He had a great future ahead of him.
We pass on our
And
condolences
Charlotte,
as well.
his absolutely beautiful young daughter, was the apple of his eye, just 4 years old, and she should grow up knowing that her dad was really loved and cherished, and he'll be much missed.
Well, based on the way he's been spoken about this week, I expect she will. Thank you, Prime
Thank you
Minister.
very much.
Very sad reason for you coming over, but we thank you for giving us some of your time.
Always
your
great
trip
to be
over
in the
here.
studio.
Thank you.